If you guys are looking for the #1 controller settings for Warzone, you guys have come to the right place. Welcome to today's video. I'm going to be going over my personal controller settings for Warzone and basically going over all of my settings. If you guys find this video helpful and you guys find it enjoyable, make sure you guys leave a like on it. Also, subscribe to the channel. We post Call of Duty content and gaming content every single day. So make sure you guys do that. It'd mean a lot. Also, a shout out to my cat for joining the video too. He just walked in right there. Yep, that's him. Before we get into the gameplay with the settings and the actual settings part, I want to give a huge shout out to Cinch Gaming for sponsoring today's video. I've been using their PS5 custom controller for the last few months now, and I've been honestly enjoying it. I mean, like, dude, look at this thing. It's like purple. We got some white on it, and the back just looks insane too. They are the #1 custom controller company. They do PS5 controllers, PS4, and Xbox One controllers. What's also cool is you can just take like a base Xbox controller, whatever controller you have, ship it in, and they'll customize it for like half the price of just a normal custom controller. They also do a lot of other cheaper options. If you guys want to try it out, use code WACKY for 5% off, or use the link down below. Anyways, let's get into the gameplay and the settings at the end of the video. Holy shit! I've been loving you like the wacky flip stuff, dude? Yo, thank you, bro. Yo, man. Mizu, I forgot I changed my name. I don't know if I remember you, bro. I always have to remember so many people. Hey, can we all like relax, please? Guys still aren't done. Okay, are we done? I think there's one more out here.
UAV active. Gas is moving in. New safe zone highlighted.
I need to go buy a UAV. Good night, buddy.
UAV beginning flyover.
Holy shit, dude.
You'll be tracked by enemy team. Tread carefully. UAV is out of fuel. Returning for resupply.
They'll just never learn.
Enemy UAV active.
Hey, yo, PR? World record?
Into the new safe zone. Gas is closing in. UAV beginning flyover. Keep your senses sharp. An enemy.
It's a whole bunch of guys up at headquarters.
Fire sale is active. Buy station costs are adjusted.
He just jumped down.
UAV is out of fuel. Returning for resupply.
He's just like, damn, bro.
Stay vigilant.
Come on, buddy.
Resurgence window is about
Put float
to
in.
close.
Just give up.
Enemy soldier nearby. Fire sales done. Prices are back to normal. Gas is moving.
Oh, yeah, I remember you not, Caden. What's up? Ah, that name looks familiar. I need this big game bounty.
Bounty target has been marked. End them. Enemy dropping into the AO. Outmaneuvered the enemy trackers. Clever sneaks. Resurgence is no longer available. Make your actions count. Gas is moving in. New safe zone highlighted.
Tomorrow is the day, Dad. Let's go. W, what's up, Adam? Tomorrow is the day. The Season 3 Reloaded update? Yeah.
Ten remain. Victory is within reach.
Kind of wasted the Deddy, but...
Losing ground. Move it.
Marking this bender. Beacon's coming.
UAV beginning flyover. Contract failed. Your time ran out.
Well, it's going to be a little yikes.
UAV is out of fuel. Returning for resupply.
Beacon's coming.
UAV beginning flyover. Gas is closing
Get
in.
back in there.
Relocating the safe zone.
Damn. GG. Alrighty, guys, let's go over my settings for Warzone. So there's a lot of settings here. So I do use full screen borderless. I do alt tab quite a lot. I'd recommend going full screen if you don't alt tab that much. Make sure that this is set to your GPU. I do play on a 165 hertz refresh monitor. That's just personal preference. Make sure that's set to your actual refresh rate. Render resolution, there's no reason to go up to 200 or just keep this at 100 or keep it at your actual monitor's like resolution. Dynamic resolution is disabled. Make sure you want to disable VSync. There's no reason to have that. I do have a custom frame rate limit. I do use 200. Now, my monitor is set to 165 hertz, so I'll only be able to ever see 165 FPS, but I like to keep it a little bit higher just so there's no like weird screen tearing or in case I do ever drop below or for some reason. So I keep it at 200 just because my computer can handle it. So but I would recommend just setting it just to your monitor's refresh rate. That's probably going to be best. Brightness, I would do between 55 and 60 personally, and then reflex latency, I would do enabled plus boost. For quality, so field of view, I do play 120. I've tried out other field of views, and 120 has just always felt good. I can see much more of the map, and I can move faster when you don't normally, you don't actually move faster with a 120 field of view. Now, this is important too. Play unaffected. Honestly, I've tried independent. Just no, you don't want to go with independent. Basically what happens is everything looks zoomed in when you aim in. You don't want that. Play affected. I'm telling you, you'll get better visual recoil. Camera movement, also want to keep that at least as well. Now, I'm not the best with graphic settings. I've just honestly gone over other videos. There's a lot of videos that just break down actual good graphic settings, so I'd recommend watching those for graphic settings, but I basically use anything for mostly low. Some things are set to high because apparently they give higher FPS when you set some of these things to high. So if you want to copy these down, definitely go ahead and do that. On-demand texture streaming, I do disabled. Film strength and grain, just turn these off. There's no reason to have them. We're not playing some freaking, I don't know, like Red Dead or something. We're playing Call of Duty. We don't need no stupid, like, quality, this stupid quality crap. We don't need that, okay? DLSS disabled, anti-aliasing, SMAA 1X, and then everything else disabled. You also don't want motion blur too. That's literally going to make you sick. Turn that off. Everything else, I guess I think keeping these enabled and boost your FPS a little bit. Again, I'm not no FPS guy. I would much rather watch a video on the quality settings, like one that goes over just actual quality settings. But if you guys want my settings here, they are here. Now, interface, the heads-up display bounds, I would honestly make these a little bit lower because it actually pushes in your basically your HUD, so you can see your mini-map closer. You don't have to like look up all the way to the left of your monitor to see your mini-map. So I would just experiment with what feels better for you, but mine's just set to 100. Mini-map shape, is definitely want to keep this squared. With squared, you get more, like, a better visual of the map itself. Like, you get, like, the extra, like, corners of the top. So definitely keep that squared. Rotation enabled. Show compass enabled. I mean, if you want, I've seen people turn this off. I mean, if you don't say, like, north, west, or whatever, you can just ping. But enabled for the compass, I guess, would help sometimes. But if you want more screen real estate, you could probably just disable it. I've never really experienced with that before. So, everything else, you can copy down here. I do keep some of these on to see my FPS, my latency, my packet loss and stuff. So there's all that there. And then audio, I do play home theatered. I've experienced with boost high and low. It just sounds really muffled and weird for me for some reason. I know most people play boost low, so that's something to experiment with. I don't, don't go with what people always say boost low. Experiment with what works for you. If you use midnight mode, go with midnight mode. I use home theater. It's always worked for me. This audio in this game sucks anyways, so it's like, why does it matter? Anyways, so this is what I use, home theater, and then this is my other settings there. Everything else is just what I set for my default for my mic and in-game and stuff. Now, controller settings, this is where the bread and butter is, baby. Now, BR layout. So I do use tactical. So that means I melee with my B button and I crouch with my right stick. So I push down on my right stick. Now, I actually do have digital triggers for both the top and bottom triggers. Now, if you're playing on just like a normal Xbox controller, for example, and you want to shoot faster, I would definitely say switch, do the flipped up here. So you do tactical flipped, where basically your buttons are switched. So your fire weapons is your top and your tactical or your lethal is the bottom one. So I would say definitely go with that if you don't have like digital triggers or trigger stops or whatever. So there's that. Stick layout is default, and then left stick minimum input dead zone. This is just something you have to experiment on your own with. Go into a lobby and just set your controller down and just adjust this until your controller starts moving, and then when it stops moving, that's what you want to set it to. So the older your controller is, the more you'll have to turn this up to, but my controller is like a few months old, so I use 0.04. Now, left stick max input dead zone, you want to keep this at 1.1, and basically with this, it gives it a faster response time from what I've heard, and it makes the controller feel a lot better. So horizontal and vertical stick sensitivity, I play on high 7.7. Now, again, this is also something to mess with. You just, honestly, I've changed this so much. I used to play on 8.8, now I switched it to 7.7. I might go back to 8.8 one day, but I'm still experimenting with 7.7. That's just personal again. Now, ADS sensitivity multiplier, this is something I might mess with one day. I play on 0.85 now, but I've been seeing a lot of people playing on a lower ADS sensitivity multiplier. Basically, what happens is when you're aiming in, it's slower than what normal is, basically. So if you turn this down, it's going to make your aiming, like, basically aiming in way slower than what it's supposed to be. So that's just, again, personal preference. Just honestly play on controller. If you feel like it's too high, you know, turn it down a little bit. If you feel like it's too low, turn it up, honestly. If you now, if I'm playing on console, I'd probably put these a little bit lower, because on console you have a lower FOV, so I'd probably play 5.5 if I was on console. But yeah, there's those settings there. Aim response curve type is dynamic. Controller vibration disabled. I don't know why you want to have that on. Aim assist is standard. I've never messed with precision or focusing. Scale aim assist with FOV. This is also another thing that I've been messing with for a while. I've heard disabled is the best. I've also heard enabled is the best. It's just something to experiment with, so I'd say go with that. This is only a PC setting, I believe, too, so mess with that if you want to. ADS and melee for weapon mount. ADS behavior hold. Use reload behavior. So I do contextual tap, basically tap to reload or to use, with priority on use when possible. So basically, it's a lot faster to pick up items in game and to also reload. Basically, I think I usually have to hold to reload, or if I'm just kind of out in the open, I can just tap, like I'm not near any items, I can usually just tap to reload. So that's a great setting to have on. Anything else here? Armor plate behavior, apply all. That's just obvious. Slide behavior, man. If you guys want to be the slide canceling king, you want to have tapped on, man. If you do hold, you have to hold down your sliding button, dude. Why on earth would you ever do that? Do tap, trust me. Tactical sprint, I do single tap from run, and then I do automatic tactical sprint. This is how your favorite Warzone streamers move so fast. They have tactical sprint like this, or usually double, and I think most people use single tap from run, and then automatic tactical sprint. That's how they're always running so fast around the map. You want to have those two settings on. I'm telling you, you'll be moving like a freaking Sonic the Hedgehog, dude. No cap. And everything else you want to just copy down there too. Everything else, I mean, you can go back and check out all my other settings, but that's basically all I use. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Again, thank you, Cinch, for sponsoring the video, and I'll catch y'all later. Take care, everybody.